Today's video I'll be talking about this shelf that you mount on a wall, basically. The wall that I mounted these shelves to, I already mounted about 8 of them. This package comes with about 10 of these shelves. I have 2 that I didn't use, so I'm just showing you these. They come in plastic coverings. You could you have to remove it when you're going to use them, basically. And it comes with the following. It comes with this Phillips head screwdriver. I think that's too small for that, so I used a longer one, as you can see. But that's the one that it came with. It came with drywall anchors. It came with a lot of them. It came with more than what you need, actually. 2 of them I had to throw away because it didn't go in well. It was kind of like crooked. So they give you enough if some of them don't work. As you can see, I have more than enough. I need 8 per plank or shelf. 8. And I need 4 of these long screws, as you can see. And 4 of the short screws as well, as you can see. So this is what you need: 4 long screws, 4 short screws, and these are Phillips screws, basically, same. And the way you get it in is, first you have to, it also comes with these, which is which you have to screw onto the shelf. There's about, so there's 10 of these, so there's 20 of these things. The way you get it on is quite simple. You just mount it like this. The way I mounted it was, I kept pressure on this so it just stays like this, like that. And I just got the screw. The short screw is what you put in here, like that. You can get it in any way you want. You can get it in with a you could use a electric screw, Phillips head screwdriver, like this. Put this in here like that, and then press this to get it in. Press it on that, on here, and screw it in. Or you could use a drill bit to do that as well, like something like this. But I didn't use a drill bit to do that. I just used a small screw here. So I mounted it like that, and I just put the screws in, both of them here, and you get another one like here. Do the same. Make sure you put pressure on this part so that this thing stays straight. You don't want it to be like that. See this gap? You don't want this gap here. You just want it to be pressed like that, so there's no gap. So the thing's straight like this at a right angle. And after you get these screws in, after you get them in, you mount it on the wall, but you need a leveler, which it did come with, by the way. It's not a very good one. It's kind of like cylindrical, so it does kind of like fall off. If you have a carpenter's leveler, it would be better if you had one. So what you do is you mount it like this against the wall. But this thing has to be leveled, you see, when you mount it towards the wall. See, right now it's not leveled, so I have to level it where the bubble goes into the middle, and that's how you align it to the wall, basically, like that. And then what you do after that is you just so it's like this, right? So you just take a pencil here, you just mark it for each side, and after you do that, after you mark the wall, you have to use a drill. I'll tell you the drill bits that I used to do that. I didn't use the larger drill bit first. The first drill bit I used was the smaller diameter on the mark that I put on the drywall. So this is a 1/8 inch drill bit. So I drill it first, all four, and then after that I used a bigger drill bit. This is a 7/32 inch drill bit. As you can see, this one here, 7/32, and I drill that in. This is a bigger one, and after you have the hole, the diameter has to be big enough for these anchors to go in, so you have to use a hammer to get the anchor in after. I use a small hammer like this. This has I think this is brass. I really didn't use a lot of force to get it in after I got the hole. I just kind of like use little taps, like 3 at a time, and then it just, while you're doing that, you pinch this thing so you make the diameter smaller, and then you hit it into the wall and then make the anchor go all the way in, all four of them, and basically then you can put the shelf on, and I'll show you the shelves that I put on my wall. There. So these are all the shelves that I put on my wall. As you can see, it's perfectly straight. That's why the card isn't rolling off the other end. And let me get the leveler and show you. It's a little bit off. It's not all the way in the center. Let me put this on here. Whoops. Stepped on something. See, it's leveled. So you level it like this before you mark the holes. There. So I marked the holes and I drilled it with the smaller diameter one, which was a 1/8 inch, and then I put the what was that, the 732? Let me check. Yeah, 732 after. And I got it in basically, all four. Leveled, good. So make sure it's perfectly leveled like that, or if it's gonna be if it isn't, then it's gonna be slightly angled, and that's not what you want. You want it mounted on the wall, leveled. So right here I have 6. I also have more on there. In another room I put 2 more, so I have 8. I mounted 8. But this was a pretty good deal. It really wasn't that much money. It was 8 for not very much. Let me show you. Let me show you the dimensions of it. If you're doing this on wood, then you don't need to use the anchors. These are unnecessary. This is only for drywall, because drywall is a very brittle material, and you need anchors for that, because if you put stuff under load, it's just going to break. Because, like I said, drywall is very brittle. It's not a very hard material. But if you're doing it on wood or something, you don't need the anchors. Let's see how long this is, how wide it is. Roughly about 6 inches in, I wouldn't call that width. And this length, it's a rectangular shape. That's 12 right there. About 15.75 or something in terms of this length. The width is about maybe about a little bit more than a half an inch in width. So that's the dimensions of this shelf. If you're interested in getting one yourself, I'll leave it in the video descriptions below. And thank you for watching.